Well, continuing on that theme, Christmas lunch is maybe well and truly underway where you are, but there's still a lot of Aussies who are finding it a tough and lonely day. That's where the Wayside Chapel comes in. Today, it will help feed around 1,000 Sydneysiders experiencing homelessness. Joining me live now is Wayside Chapel CEO, Pastor John Owen. John, Merry Christmas. Thanks so much for doing what you do. Give us a flavour of the annual Christmas lunch that you host.
Well, Merry Christmas, Trudy. You'll hear some noise in the background. That is the Sydney's biggest street conga line in full flight after we have fed about 1,000 stomachs over the course of the day. It takes a cast of hundreds to feed 1,000 people, and for a few weeks now, the plans have been on in earnest, and it all comes together in a celebration of community and love and an outpouring of joy as they've all got a belly full of a beautiful Christmas lunch with all the trimmings, with prawn cocktails and a plate piled high with ham and potato salad and beautiful tomato salad, as well as gluten-free and dairy-free options and vegan options. Santa's been very busy, and we've just been just sharing in that celebration of community, which is a great way of ending and bringing to a close, just for a short period of time, that loneliness that many of us are feeling at this time of year.
I would have loved to see you do the interview from the conga line, but I'll put that to one side. This is an annual event, and we know how tough it's been this year for so many Australians. Have we seen more people reaching out for help in the lead up to Christmas as the cost of living pressures add up?
Well, over the course of the year, since about mid-January last year, we've seen a surge in numbers of people accessing our service and other services around the inner city Sydney. So I can only imagine it would be the same across the country. By August this year, we had seen the same number of people as we had for the entire calendar year of 2022. So cost of living pressures, rental increases, many people who are working and in employment and in private rental are really struggling to make ends meet. So events like today take on an increased significance through the times of pressure that we've all been experiencing.
I wanted to ask you about another byproduct of that. Have you seen more people reaching out to be volunteers? We talk so much about how difficult it's been this year. Is there still that coinciding increase in people offering to lend a hand?
We have across the nation seen a decrease in volunteering, and that's because many people who volunteer are in retirement age, and many of those who have been in retirement age have either not come back after some of the lockdowns that we've experienced, but also there are some who have to take on increased childcare duties for grandchildren so that their adult children can get out there and work to be able to pay all the bills. Today, though, this is the most popular volunteer shift in Sydney. No sooner is it open than the spots fill up, and everyone showed up here in this huge kind of celebration of love. You might hear some ABBA in the background right now, as we're saying.
I love it. I love it. Christmas is a really hard time. We spend so much time talking about how a wonderful day it is with family, but for so many people, this might be a year they've lost a loved one or they don't have anyone to spend Christmas Day with. What's your message to people in those sorts of situations?
Look, there's no greater risk that we'll take than love. And if we want to eliminate risk in our world, we'll eliminate the possibility for love and delight and surprise. And it's been a tough year, and we need to reach out to each other. As I've been saying to everyone around the place is, the most important thing around the tree is your presence, not your presents that are wrapped. It's who's around that tree. And so if you don't have family that you can spend time with, reach out, ask someone. I'd often say I'd rather you cry on my shoulder for an hour than me give a 10-minute eulogy at your funeral. This is that time. Many kids will, they may or may not remember if there's no present under the tree, but they certainly will if there's no parent. So it's a time to stick together. In times of trouble, as Aussies, we do best when we come together and we reach out and we look after our mates. So everyone, Merry Christmas and take care of each other. We'll get through.
Pastor John Owen, that's such an amazing message. Thank you so much for spending some of your time here. I'll let you get back to the festivities outside. I have to say, I love your small Santa hat. Where do you even get that smaller Santa?
There we go. I believe it's a hair clip. It was put on me halfway through, but I will not be taking it off.
I love it. Thanks so much for your time. Merry Christmas.
I have conga line duties now.
All right.